Hey guys, I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but the last video had no sound and it just completely cut me off. So part two. So talking about control. So there's two sides of this coin, right? Either we are controlling our environment, and that possibly comes from, I can tell you from my own personal experience, that came from being controlled my whole life, right? It came from being in an abusive family and experiencing dominance and control as an adult. And so I was safe as long as I controlled my environment. And that looks like OCD, perfectionism, and it also looked like stacking things to sort of like stacking the deck to where it's probably going to fall the way that I want it to fall, right? Metaphorically, but that's what I would do in my life before. And then the flip side of that is needing to control and dominate. So perhaps someone that needs to control and dominate, they might not feel like they're in control, right? So because they're not creating it internally, they have to do it externally. So how do we, regardless of how it starts and what it looks like, how do we break this cycle, right? How do we break this pattern? And we break it through falling deeply in love with ourselves. I talk about this. This is my thing, self-love, right? But we fall deeply in love with ourselves because once we have fallen in love with ourselves, we definitely trust ourselves. And when we trust ourselves, we know that we have our own backs. We know that we're going to make decisions that support ourselves. We know that we're not going to betray ourselves, right? So once you have that self-love and you deeply love yourself, then you can choose faith and surrender. So faith is just believing in whatever your higher power is, whatever you believe in that is bigger than us. Having that belief and having that faith that there's a plan at play, there's a plan in play. So perhaps your message. Perhaps you're learning a lesson and this lesson is going to benefit you in the future or benefit your family. So having faith that this is happening according to a bigger purpose that serves good, right? And then surrender. And so surrender isn't giving up. Surrender isn't giving in. Surrender is letting go. And letting go just means allowing things to flow how they naturally want to flow, and you having the faith and the trust within yourself and the faith within your higher power that you can navigate this, that things are turning out how they should be, and that everything is working for your benefit, even if you might not be able to see it in that moment. However, hindsight is always 20/20. So a lot of times when we look back, we can totally see how it benefited us, even though going through the process might not have felt great. So how do we break the cycle of control, either needing to control our environment or needing to control another person? Self-love, self-trust, faith, and surrender. So I hope you've had a beautiful Wednesday. If you are on the journey of working towards your self-love, working towards your self-trust, please get the self-care handbook. It is absolutely free. There is zero obligation. You're going to give me your email address. You're going to give ConvertKit your email address. ConvertKit is going to start sending you emails, and they're going to be free tools and methods for you to use in your life. And again, these are things that have to do with healing. These are lessons that I've learned along the way, best practices that I share, and it's absolutely free, no obligation. I just want people to take their lives on and heal themselves and show up differently, because when you show up differently, it makes the world a better place. And, you know, I live here and so does my kids. So I want the world to be a better place. Also, if you're finally ready to work together, we got a couple of options. So first one is one-on-one, and that's either through Zoom or on my couch right here in Eva Beach. And then the second way is through my online program, the Sacred Path online program. And whichever serves you best. If you need the accountability of seeing me every week, we can work on that. That does require a conversation, though, to make sure that we're going to work really well. And if you want to do it on your own terms, on your own timeline, you've got your Sacred Path online program. And I have really taken into consideration that you don't have a coach sitting across from you. So there's tools and assessments to support you in creating that self-awareness within yourself so that you start, checking in with yourself on, are you not seeing something? Is there a pattern that you're falling into that you want to break out of? just to support you through it, because as a coach, I know that self-awareness and questioning things really supports you in breaking through patterns, especially when you're kind of locked in them and you don't even see them. So I hope you've had a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, good night, guys. Bye.